Good night, good day to you. That's depending where you are in the world. It's our nighttime devotion. The devotional is called Conflict and Courage. The title today, Entertaining Strangers. The scripture reading is taken from Hebrews 13, verse 2. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. God conferred great honor upon Abraham. Angels of heaven walked and talked with him as friend with friend. When judgments were about to be visited upon Sodom, the fact was not hidden from him, and he became an intercessor with God for sinners. His interview with the angels presents also a beautiful example of hospitality. In the records of Genesis, we see the patriarch at the hot summer noontide resting in his tent door under the shadow of the oaks of Mamre. 3 travelers are passing near. They make no appeal for hospitality, solicit no favor. But Abraham does not permit them to go on their way unrefreshed. He's a man full of years, a man of dignity and wealth, one highly honored and accustomed to command. Yet on seeing the strangers, he ran to meet them from the tent door and bowed himself toward the ground. Addressing the leader, he said, "My lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant." With his own hands he brought water that they might wash the dust of travel from their feet. He himself selected their food while they were at rest under the cooling shade. Sarah, his wife, made ready for their entertainment, and Abraham stood respectfully beside them while they partook of his hospitality. This kindness he showed them simply as wayfarers, passing strangers who might never come his way again. But the entertainment over, his guests stood revealed. He had ministered not only to heavenly angels, but also to their glorious commander, his creator, redeemer, and king. And to Abraham the counsels of heaven were opened, and he was called the friend of God. The privilege granted Abraham and Lot is not denied to us. By showing hospitality to God's children, we too may receive his angels into our dwellings. Even in our day, angels in human form enter the homes of men and are entertained by them. And Christians who live in the light of God's countenance are always accompanied by unseen angels. And these holy beings leave behind them a blessing in their homes. Remember, it's called entertaining strangers. So as it says here, and I'm not sure if you've read it in the Bible or not, but basically 3 strangers approached or were coming by where his tent was. And he was standing in the tent, and he saw them, and he rushed them and said, "Come on, let me give you some food and refreshment." He didn't know who they were at the time, but they were very tall. At least the 2 of them were. And it was only after he realized who they were and that the we can only assume he was a bit shorter, who was Jesus. He entertained them. He gave them food and refreshment. And after that, they told them that they were going to pass judgment on Sodom. And this is where he intercessed. He pleaded, because of course Lot and his family were in Sodom. So he wanted to save them at least. This is where he interceded. If you find 50, we'll probably get onto this on another devotion. But he says, if you find 50, then please save them. And he says, and Jesus says, yes, if we find 50, we'll think about it. We'll save them. And then, of course, Abraham realizes, well, there's not 50. He says, what if you find 40? Will you save them? Because yes, if I find 40, we'll save them. And Abraham realized there's not even 40 people to be worth saving. He said, if you find 30, and it goes all the way down and down and down. And of course, eventually Lot and his family. Well, you'll get there. We'll get there. But another point of this is angels come past us maybe daily, and we don't even know it. There's many instances where you might be in trouble or lost or something, and someone just pops up out of the blue and helps you or shows you the way or whichever. And then you don't see them again. It happens every day, all the time. Maybe not to you or me, but it happens to people. And they're always looking out for us. So, entertaining angels, just be aware to help. Always help people. You never know who they are, what their story is, and you never know, one day they might pop up to help you. God bless you.